I asked for stories on Reddit, and this one stood out to me. So I'm sharing this with anyone who's willing to listen. Following is a story by Salt Matter 7279. Hello, I want to tell you about the most terrifying experience I've ever had on the internet. More specifically, on this app called Friendly Shoulder. I promise it's true. I know it's pretty long, but please try to read it. All started one night when I had insomnia and started reading people's went posts on that app. There was a user called Chica Trans. Her posts were typical I'm bored, anyone wants chat privately. I messaged her privately asking what topics she liked, basically so we have something to talk about. And among other things, she mentioned dinosaurs. I am also really interested in them and we spent the whole night talking about dinosaurs. The only thing outside that topic she told me was that she was Peruvian or was now living with her husband in Brazil. Then she stopped replying for 2 weeks. After those 2 weeks, she sent me, there are days when I can't talk because my husband doesn't like me using the phone and only gives it to me if I behave well, so I can play with it. I also have to be careful because if he realizes I'm talking to other people, he'll beat me. I replied, what a messed up relationship. Your husband sounds so toxic. Besides, we're only talking about dinosaurs. And she said, those are his rules and I have to obey them. Then she disappeared again until 3 days later when she sent me a message asking for my WhatsApp and video called me. That user was clearly a little boy wearing a wig and lipstick and he was covered in bruises. Before I could say anything, he started crying and told me he had become an orphan and lived on the streets until a man told him if he married him and changed his sex, he could live with him in his house. Then I heard a male voice shouting something and the boy hung up. I was never able to talk to that child again. He deleted all his accounts, both WhatsApp and Friendly Shoulder. That was the most disturbing thing I have ever experienced in my life. I've thought about it a lot and I think it was his way of asking for help. Where else would a child who probably didn't go to school and lived up in a country where he didn't even properly speak the language ask for help? I also don't think he trusted the police. After all, apps like that are supposed to be places where people talk about difficult situations and others give them advice. It's true that in his case, the best thing would have been to call the police, but maybe he was too scared or something. I spent weeks trying to contact him. In fact, I got banned from the app because I kept reposting this experience in hope of getting more information, and the app classified it as scam. Before banning me, I found several users who said they knew who I was talking about and that they had noticed he used suspiciously childish language even though he claimed to be an adult woman. Now, I don't know if the story is true or not, and this original poster posted it in Spanish. I use ChatGPT for translation because I don't speak Spanish and I don't trust Google Translate. But I would love to hear others' opinions if you've been through something like this. If you want to share something, you're most welcome. If you know anything about that child as well, please reach out. I'll try and help out. Thank you for watching, listening as well.